Hello guys, my name is Shirley. Today we are going to make this shoulder bag. There are 4 important steps to finish this bag: measuring, threading, sewing, and ending. When we grab these 4 steps, we finish the bag easily. There are 2 sizes of this shoulder bag, but it's the same sewing way. So I'm going to show you the small size here. Before sewing, we are going to distinguish the front and back side. Number 1 is the front side and number 2 is the back side. Here is another example here. The front side has pebbled pattern, the back side has smooth leather pattern. The pebble pattern has bigger hole and the back pattern has smaller holes here. First step, we will take out 2 leather patch in this video and overlaps them back against back. Here we're going to sew the circle in the middle. The thread length for sewing this circle will take 3 times of the finger distance, such as 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is the total thread length for sewing this circle. And we need 2 ends of the thread to be fixed with 2 needles. I'm going to show you how to fix the needle. Now we go through 1 hole and draw 2 ends of the thread evenly. And then beneath needle go upward from the second hole. Upper needle go downward also from the second hole. Draw 2 ends of the thread tightly and then move on the left hole. After cut off the thread, we will apply the leather glue on the thread to fix it. If you don't have the leather glue in hand, I'm going to show you another option to end the thread by using your lighter. Before cutting off the thread, go back to horse, like this way. Until two ends of the thread at the same side, and then cut off the thread. Use your lighter to melt the thread. Be avoid not too close to the leather. Okay, press a little bit. Finished. We've gone through 4 important steps that we mentioned at the beginning. Now we're going to sew the left leather patches by practice these 4 steps. Next step, we're going to sew the half circle of this leather part. The thread length for sewing this half circle will take 10 times of the finger distance. It will be 10 times of the thread I show here for sewing this half circle. We'll put the zip part in the middle of 2 bigger leather patches. Next step, we're going to sew 2 leather straps onto the leather part by sew this short line here. Thread length for sew this short line will take 4 times of the finger distance. So it's the same way to sew the left horse. It's the same distance about sewing the right leather strap. Now we have finished these 2 parts. Next step, we're going to install the hardware. The small size has installed when you receive the kits, but the bigger size haven't installed. So once you receive the bigger size, we need the small ring to install this hardware. I'll show you how to take out this small ring. You could use a needle to push the buckle here and take out the ring. We could notice that the buckle here is movable. We will go through the leather strap and put the ring in the middle. Fold the strap and then sew the outline before install the hardware. So the thread length for sewing this outline, it will take 6 times of the finger distance. It's the same sewing way between the small and big size. So this thread line, I'm going to show by the small size. Okay, it's the same way to sew the left horse. Here I show is the small size. The big size must remember to sew before install the hardware. Here is the big size. If we have finished the thread of the outline, then we could install the hardware. We will take off the screws first. After locate the hardware inside the leather, like this way, we will tighten 2 screws inside. Okay, so here is the big size. we need to sew the thread first and then install the hardware. But if you have the smaller size, then you could skip this step. After finish this zip puller, we could install onto the leather. Just notice that here is exactly the correct direction, like this way. Next step, we're going to sew the middle line here. It will take 5 times of the finger distance. Next step, we're going to sew this short line. The top and bottom line has same horse quantity. Thread length for sew each of the line will take 4 times of the finger distance. But we're going to sew the top line first, such as 4 times like this thread. But the bigger shoulder back, this part has different horse quantity. The bottom quantity has only 31 and the top horse quantity has 35 horse. We will sew the 35 horse first. Here is a more easy way to distinguish the bottom line and the top line. We could match 2 leather patch together and notice that the bottom line has looser distance and the top line has tighter distance of each horse. We were going to sew the top line first, which has 35 horse. So this leather patch for the big bag also takes 4 times of the finger distance. Okay, now we will start from the top line first. going of sewing another smaller leather patch. When we finish this part, we'll move on to the side leather patch. Sweat length for sewing each of the handle circle will take 3 times of the finger distance. We could notice that at the top of this hole, it will be joined together by the top left and right holes onto the same top hole here. Here is the finish effect. Two ends of the thread in the middle and the thread here by getting ties, same as the other side part. Next step, we're going to sew all of these leather patches together. We will overlap these two parts of the side back. We could notice that the top line we just sewed here, which has more quantity of holes, it will be the pocket part to leave more space for us to put things inside. We are going to sew 2 lines of the bottom leather patch, but I will show you the left part. Sweat length for sew this line will take 5 times of the finger distance, 5 times of the thread distance here. Okay, when we finish the bottom part, we're going to sew the front part. Front part will sew this top line. The thread length for sew this top line will take 5 times of the finger distance. The left horse will sew directly from another side here. Next step, we're going to sew all the leather patches together. There are 2 big holes on the top here on this leather patch. We are going to locate these 2 big holes onto the bottom part. The bottom part also has 2 big holes. Now we're going to sew this big circle. Thread length for this big circle, it will take 3 times of the finger distance. We will sew from the first big hole. And then when we move on to the next hole, we will add the leather strap in the middle. Pay attention to the direction of how I fold the leather strap, and then the beneath needle go backward from the leather strap and the bottom part. 4 layers together. sew until the last hole of this strap. We'll join another leather strap and sew the left horse. We were going to sew this circle. When we sewed until this corner here, the thread length is really short. We could end the thread here, like this way. After getting two ties and apply the leather glue to fix the thread, we could measure another thread length also 3 times and continue to sew the left horse. When we sew until this location, there is another leather patch. We will join it together to sew all the layers. When we sew until this location, we will join another leather patch at the bottom and continue to sew the left horse. Sew until here. If the thread is not long enough, start a new thread and sew all the left horse. Now we have finished the body part. We are going to turn over the body part. The last step, we are going to sew the shoulder strap. We will sew 2 short lines between 2 big holes. There are 2 short lines on the top and bottom here. Each of the short lines will take 4 times of the finger distance. Pieces of the leather strap here, 4 lines in total. Next step, we're going to connect the shoulder strap. Here is the half circle. When we fold them, we're going to sew 3 layers together by this half circle. Thread length for sew this half circle will take 1 time of the total long shoulder strap here. Sew the left horse until another big horse here. Same sewing way of another ear. Okay, we have finished the bag. Hope you enjoyed this DIY process.